हेलो 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 I think it's working correctly. Let's. I need to. Okay, let's start with G3. Should I play in every game? I am going to take this setup. Maybe C4 is good here. Knight D4, Queen D1, and then can take this maybe. Or even I can play Knight D2, Knight F3. He can't play for as I can take simply. So knight f3, take, I take. And now the idea is to play g4, maybe rook b1, knight d4. I will go bishop e3 simply, and then, well, I'm not forced to take this, but I think, yeah, take helps maybe. And queen g4. If queen e6 is interesting choice. Now rook f1, f5 can play queen e2. Or g4, maybe king h2, and now I can play 4. Yeah, I missed this move, but anyways, uh, here bishop e4 looks interesting. Take, I can take, and the position is roughly equal, I believe. Okay, rook f6, I can take this. Rook f1, rook f1. Yeah, and then b3, queen f3, maybe. Okay, next move is going to be queen f3. So yeah, this is just a simple draw. And now, I mean, both of us can't do much. G, queen f7, I take, bishop d5, king f3. Maybe I can try. Let's see. Yeah, this is what my trick was. Now I'll bring king on b5 and take this pawn. Let's see how this goes. If it takes, then I take. Yeah, I feel like no, still this is a draw, but yeah, it's still a draw. Can't do much here. Okay, I have one trick which I can implement, but then most likely uh, I should have played this a4 move when he pre-moved bishop b2, bishop e3. So bishop b2, a4, bishop e3, a5. That was a trick, but then what if white just takes, b takes, black just takes, b takes, a3. I don't know where I missed. Let's see. Uh, yeah, this is just very equal and boring game. This is definitely good for black this position. So maybe I should have started with knight f3 and c4 only. Okay, makes sense. How to start new game? पढ़ाई पे फोकस करो. Why I'm not getting paid? Okay, very standard King's Indian attack position. A3 or A4, A4 maybe. Yeah, bishop B2 and rook E1 is my threat. If D4, then knight C4, so rook E1, if D4. Right, what is this? But who? I don't know. Maybe just a mouse slip, yeah. Like, maybe I will also take, queen takes, take, and then I play E5. Yeah, this is just winning knight D5 and then C4. Slaby, Jersey Slaby. I haven't heard about this guy. Okay. He's not playing. Okay, he played. So D3, G3, knight F3, castle. Very typical. Maybe bishop f4. It's very hard to start attack from king side in this position. I mean, it looks like I got all the pieces, but how to take advantage of it? Maybe queen d2, uh, and plan is to take. Should I take or no? No. His threat is to play knight b3. Okay, so knight b3, maybe queen e3, and then d4 I can take, but c4 is the problem. c4, d4, bishop a3, I can maybe sacrifice it. d4 looks very to be up. I missed bishop c5, but then, uh, how I can miss bishop c5? Rook b3, a b3, and then here, I think here I should just uh, start sacrificing some pieces or no. Maybe bishop e4. b2, this is just losing here. And my threat is okay, bishop into h6, but that will not achieve anything. Maybe knight h6, g h6, bishop h6, and then queen f3, queen g4. Hmm. There is no way other than sacrificing some pieces. Maybe bishop d4, play queen f4. Queen g4 is then a threat. King h8, I can take this. How he will stop queen g4? Maybe bishop into e5. Bishop into e5, bishop h7. I don't know. Yeah, let's play queen f4. Queen into queen into d4 is also good. Anyways, rook into a3, bishop c6. It's better not to think about these moves. Queen into 8 leads to queen d4, and then I can take this, queen into b2. So overall still position looks okay for white. I think anyways, bishop, all of my pieces are literally trapped. So maybe bb7. Idea is bishop d3, I play a4, b1 queen, take, and then a5. Right? Yeah. But then he can take queen into. He's literally rook up and bishop up. So this is just why I'm getting white always. Queen a5, queen d a6, queen d4. This is just lost. He can even play queen into f2. Bishop e4, and yeah. Queen e1 is just a checkmate. Mhm. I think this was going good. Queen d2, very hard to uh, understand queen d2 is mistake. I think d4 is also not so Great. Here I should have played queen uh, e4, and still black is in danger. But okay, knight d4. No, I didn't get any opportunity here. Yeah, this is just losing. Hi, Akhilesh. So yeah, g3. Uh, but I need black. Why I'm always getting paired with white side? Bishop g2, c3, d4. Maybe I will start with. I just want to try a perk system. That's why I'm playing today. But unfortunately, I'm getting white. Let's play a3. Idea is c4 and c5. Bishop d4, maybe rook a2 works, and then e3 and c5. Play a3 as black. Hmm. This is good idea. So d6, knight c3. Whenever I see such setup, I always feel like fianchetto setup always comforts me. So I think this is already good for white. The d3 and then e3, knight e2. These moves are okay. Maybe black can play d5. That's the problem. But then I can take bd2, take bd5. Uh, a5 looks slightly inaccurate move. Maybe I can play e4 here. Knight h4 is never the problem because knight h3 and then castle. Yeah, let's see how black deals with it. Knight g4, as I said, knight h3. This is quite good for, looks very nice for me. Now castle. Okay, he can play f5 as expected. I can take and play knight e4. I'm literally saving all my opponent's threads, not doing anything very special. But that's what my plan is. Let's see how it works. So knight into h4, maybe gh4, queen h4. I don't know. Knight into g3. Okay. Too risky to sacrifice two pieces. Not a good idea. Now I'm just two pieces up and position is completely winning. I think bishop g5 wins immediately. Yeah, now queen is trapped. Bishop into f2. I can play rook into f2. Queen g4. I can exchange. Take this rook, play c5, and black just resigns. Yeah. So easy, easy. I think white, uh, black, just I don't know. h4, e5, bishop c5. Okay, c3 and c6, b4. Very random moves, but I think these are forcing, right? And also I'm getting some development. So why not a3? A3 is obviously mistake. Maybe b5. B5 is inaccuracy. Then what's the best one? What's the d3 is best move. D3 is an accuracy. C4. C4 is mistake. Then what's the best move? It's not bishop d5. Maybe e4. I don't think e4 is a good move. Ah, d4 is a good move. Ah, AD4, then B5, knight F, and then CD4. Okay, I'm getting a lot of space advantage. That's why. So A3, D6, C4, and yeah, this is actually very comfortable for E4. I know E4 is mistake because it's like I'm opening. I'm giving chance to attack on F2. Yeah, maybe E3 is just a solid move. E3 is also inaccuracy. What? Maybe just be greedy and take F7 pawn. Oh, yeah. Uh, I knew somewhere here my opponent will make mistake and that's what happened, right? So take knight into F2 and this is just nonsense. Okay, anyways, good for me. No start review. I want to play. Okay, new 3 minute. I want black. Why I'm getting white every time? Chess with Lenart. Oh, hi. It's getting a little bit difficult to get paired. Uh, so 2 p.m. is very, very odd time. For Europeans, it's like morning 9 a.m., 9 10 a.m. And then for Americans, it's anywhere between, it's a midnight basically at 12 a.m. to 4 p.m., 4 a.m. I got paired against Egyptian. I'm finally black. So e4, I wanted to try this g6, d6, and c6 setup. So d4, d6, knight c3, c6, and now I will just think and play. I feel like this is actually very nice for those who want to avoid all the theory and stuff because it's easy. Yeah, you just play g6, d6, h4, h5, basically g6, d6, c6, and then you decide what to play based on your opponent's idea. And I think queen d2 is already not so strong. Bishop f3 is definitely bad, and here I must it must be equal at least. So bishop into g4 is not a great decision. H into g4, and now queen a5, king b1, and then I can play knight d7, knight b6 maybe. Yeah, knight d5, queen into d2. Yeah, f4. Actually, my g4 pawn is too strong, so I don't need to worry about anything. E5 leads to b4 and then knight d5. This is, see how comfortable Park h2 play. Yeah? And I made a blunder, but anyways, too much overconfidence on Park led to losing position. I completely missed the idea that he can take e takes f6, and now his king is on c1 and not on b1. His king is on b1 and not on c1. Anyways, let's try to let's try to defend this position now. Now bishop e6. लॉजिक बाबा कैसा चल रहा है भाई? यूएस का दौरा, यूएस का दौरा है या यूएस में शिफ्ट हो गए? मुझे कभी समझता ही नहीं. b3 f5 and then queen a3 a5 a4 maybe. Yeah, maybe f5 here. Still position looks very strong for uh, black. I don't know, I always get very high hopes from Perk. So रहने दो, सो ही जाता हूँ. हाँ भाई, मेरी स्ट्रीम देखने से अच्छा सो ही जाओ. a5 then h5 and then maybe a4, hg6 fg6, rook into h8, rook into h8. Maybe rook h1 will play. I go bishop f6. Yeah, it's This is really good decision he made, sacrificing a pawn to get some play bishop into d4 and then I can do long castle here. Maybe his idea is to play rook h7 and queen s1 and it's over actually. But then I have this queen c5 move, then queen g7. I don't think I can stop any of this. Yeah, rook d7. Luckily, then take queen g7, queen h8, king c7 take, and then queen h7. टैक्सी बॉस बेटर खेलते हो या दैट्स ट्रू 100% भाई. अब क्या करें. सो b3 टेक एंड देन पीस फ्री कौन देता है भाई ऐसे. घोड़ी चला गया. सी b3 बिशप g2 में भी क्वीन f5. नो क्वीन f5. मे बी नाइट f5. दिस इजिप्शियन प्लेयर्स आर टू स्ट्रॉन्ग. यहाँ पे पर्सनलाइज स्पेस की कमी है थोड़ी बस. भाई एलए में है और बोल रहा है पर्सनलाइज स्पेस नहीं है मतलब. और क्या चाहिए भाई. मतलब जहां से गए हो वहां से तो अच्छा ही होगा. ओके दिस इज लूजिंग. भाई दिस मेजर मिस्टेक. नो नॉट न्यू गेम. गेम रिव्यू. मेजर मिस्टेक वॉज टू sacrifice this piece. C3. या वेट. ये बहुत खराब मूव था. b4 ef6. ये क्या ब्लंडर था. b4 इज वेरी बैड. Otherwise, this is just good, right? I can play knight b6 and this position is much better for black. Yeah, this is close to winning. You see, Perk is actually easy, but खेलना आना चाहिए. Anyways, I'm going to start a new game. Okay. My opponent's internet speed is low, so I can take benefit of that. So if he plays the first move. But no, game is going to abort within next 9 minutes. Okay, new game. No point in analyzing. Oh, Colombo Leonard. I think I have heard about this guy. So G3, Bishop G2, and then C4. Legendary stuff. This is already good for white, already winning guys. Knight C3, and then I get this pawn for free. Okay, you can play E4, but I have this D3 move. And yeah, this is already winning. ED3, then knight into D5. All this is main theory. Knight into D5, bishop into D2, and then I think I can play bishop G5, and this remains much better. Knight into F6 and bishop into B7 is also good idea. Multiple ways to win here, but I'm just choosing the right option. Should not spend more time. I think knight F6. चेस तो नहीं हो रही. चेस तो नहीं होगी भाई. मुझे खुद को ही नहीं आती. BB7 क्वीन B7 एंड यार दिस इज विनिंग. दुष्यंत भाई ये देखो प्रिपरेशन. So yeah, easy win against this guy. What after bishop c5? Okay, not so easy win, guys. Probably now it's probably even more difficult to play. But okay, queen b5 found. Knight d7 going into e2, king moves, and then bishop into 8. King d8 is one move, but then bishop into 8. Rook e8, bishop e3. I'm rook up. Knight e5. Maybe bishop g4. Okay. Now I have to play to make some good decision. दुष्यंत भाई आजकल स्ट्रीम नहीं कर रहे, उसका क्या? f4. Too much risk to take, but I hope. I think black has enough compensation. So rook takes e5. I can play. Okay, I don't know. What should I play? Maybe just bishop f3 or bishop g2. No, not this. Maybe bishop e4. But then bishop b7. Terrible move. Bishop f5 is also possibility, but then I can take. Queen f5. Yeah, that's playable. Envy of opponent is worse than. Yeah, that's true. But यहाँ पे क्या खेले? That's the bigger question. Bishop d3 now. Take. But what if take? Luckily I'm saving, but then bishop b7. Bishop b7 is very good move, which I completely missed. Now bishop f4, rook into e2, knight into e2, take, and I play rook c1. Two good blitz skills I'm showing you, everyone. So yeah, anyways, b4 and then rook c8, bishop c3, maybe a3, bishop into a2. Plus I don't have time on the clock. So even if I make a draw, this is good. Battle of battle of being the worst. Yeah. भाई क्या ही लिखा है भाई. Take. I take this. As Dushyant said कि कौन हारेगा ये ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है इस पोजीशन में, इंस्टेड ऑफ कौन जीतेगा. बट लग रहा है कि ओके. Generally these positions are super difficult to win. And anyways, I'm defending now. So let's see. No, Wow, what a game. What a game. चलो गेम रिव्यू देखते हैं, बट दिस इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग गेम टू एनालाइज. Highest viewers right now, yeah. I hope my view count gets down after watching this game, and I'll be happy if less people watch this stream. Uh, but anyways, CD knight c3. This is not a good prep. According to chess.com, it's minus 0.44, and even this is equal, which I thought I'm winning, but takes queen b5, and this is losing, by the way. A very high level of understanding. Bishop into f2, because for the entire game I thought I was winning at this position, but okay, this is mistake. These are some real difficult positions which you should analyze. Like, congratulations, you are the worst player. दुष्यंत भाई, बेइज्जती करने के लिए थैंक यू, बट या, दैट्स truth. I can't change. But anyways, I will try to win next game. But I just wanted to play this G3 and G6 setup. Look at this now. G6, Bishop G7. And now you will see how to win in this Perk defense within next 20 moves, under 20 moves. So I'm too confident on my Perk skills. Now just watch. Bishop B7 and then E6. First 10 moves are like this only. Yeah, E6, D6, G6. But real game starts from 12th move. This is 12th move. And now it's 6. The biggest advantage of playing perk is your opponent also don't understand what exactly he needs to do. And now E5. You can't dropped, and I am super happy. Now only 5 people are watching. Maybe one is me. I don't know if my mobile phone counts. Bishop e2, then rook e8, maybe no. Queen e7, I think. Knight d5, take, I can take. Queen into e5. And now the threat is, yeah, see this. This is 20th move, and I got bishop pair. Clear advantage for black. I mean, uh, और क्या ही चाहिए black को. So it's like a dream position. Don't take my advices seriously, by the way. If anyone watching it very seriously, then just you have better channels to follow than this one. Not exactly channel. My channel is good, but this stream. Bishop c6, rook b8, and then rook b3, maybe. And no way I'm winning this position now, but still I'm very hopeful with this perk system. And uh, one day you will see I'm defeating all these strong players in by just playing perk. You will not believe right now after watching this horrible gameplay. But one day it will be true. Rook b1, I'm going to play rook a2, rook b6, fg4, and then rook c6, gf3. And this is just a checkmate after king h6. So rook g7 is forced, and then I need to take this, and then king f7. G5 leads to rook into G2. Maybe rook A4, rook C4 is king E1, yeah, but then bishop C6. And then I can just take bishop into A4. The bishop D4 is a good move, and I'm not pretty sure about taking this. I think rook F4 is much better choice. But then bishop E3, if I take this, okay, let's try this one. I think that technique is to keep rook on 7th file, if I'm not wrong, but even this feels like something. King E6, I can play king D8, right? Then rook C5, I can play rook A7. Oh no. Okay, let's just play main lines and let's see if that works. If everything is not working, I'm just going to close the stream. So here the idea is C4. That's what I know. But how to reach 1500 to 2000? By solving a lot of calculation positions, maybe. That's the that's the only way. Do a lot of calculation. A lot means a lot. It means literally 2 hours per day for 1 2 years. Not 1 2 years, but at least 1 year. And then obviously you have to spend your time on reviewing your openings and everything. Yeah, knight d4 seems like a really good move. Oh, now my knight is trapped. Hmm, this is also bad. Okay, now I'm going to play until I lose or draw. Otherwise, I will just end the stream. Uh, so let's see how many games I win. Maybe one, maybe two. Getting paired itself is a challenging task.